My grandparents had a dozen kids, which sounds like an absolute full-time circus to me. I can barely keep 2 humans alive, so raising 12 feels like a different era entirely. Back then in the Philippines, they didn't have streaming or apps, so they just binge-lived their lives instead of watching shows. But you didn't click on this because you wanted a genealogy lesson from my weird family history. You're here because your audio sounds like a disaster and you want to fix without needing a master's degree in engineering. I've got your back because today I'm going to walk you through some noise reduction tools I've personally tested. We'll look at the best options for fixing sound, and then I'll show you how to turn those long recordings into snackable clips that actually get views. That is exactly where Vizard comes in to save your sanity and your channel growth. Let's start with Adobe's Enhanced Speech, which is rolling out in Premiere Beta right now. Then there's Supertone's Clear plugin, which I've been genuinely hyped about since last summer. Both of these are AI-powered, incredibly simple to use, and they both definitely have their own unique pros and cons. Before we geek out on the settings, I want to show you exactly how I tested these so you know the results are real. I deliberately made the recording environment terrible to simulate a worst-case scenario for you. I recorded in a room with zero acoustic treatment and shoved a loud desk fan right into the corner. I didn't even use my nice podcast mic. Instead, I used the camera's built-in microphone sitting 5 feet away. This is what many creators deal with in sketchy Airbnb setups, so I wanted to keep it relevant to real-world problems. First up is Adobe Enhanced Speech, which is practically built into the Premiere Beta panel now. You just tag your audio as dialogue, hit Enhance, and let it analyze the clip for a minute. It has a mix slider so you can control the reduction, though be careful not to push it too far or you'll sound like a robot. It is super slick, but it does rely on cloud analysis and is tied to the Adobe subscription, which is a bit of a drawback. Supertone Clear is a different beast entirely because it is a VST plugin that runs right inside your editor. You just slap it on a clip, tweak a few knobs, and it gets to work immediately without cloud wait times. In my tests, the noise removal felt much smoother and less like that weird underwater robot effect. The downside is that it isn't free, and if you aren't used to buying third-party plugins, that price tag might sting a little. Bottom line on denoising is that both options are solid depending on whether you already pay for the Adobe ecosystem. But here's the real issue. Having pristine audio doesn't matter if your video is 2 hours long and nobody watches it. Attention spans are tiny, and posting consistent, high-quality content is way more important than one perfect upload. This is where Vizard becomes a game changer, and why so many creators are finally seeing actual audience growth. You probably just spent hours recording a deep dive conversation or a long tutorial where the interesting bits are buried. Manual editing is the absolute worst part of the process, and it takes forever to export different sizes for every platform. Vizard doesn't pretend to be an audio plugin, but it solves the problem of turning long-form videos into snackable clips. It automatically scans your footage to find the high engagement moments, like the laughs and the hook lines. You don't have to guess what your audience wants because the AI highlights the likely winners for you. You can also set a schedule so your content drops automatically, ensuring you never miss a day of posting. It keeps your entire content calendar in one place, so you can manage multiple platforms without juggling a dozen different tabs. Think of it as having a dedicated production assistant that never complains about deadlines. The ideal workflow is to fix your audio first, then feed that cleaned footage into Vizard for slicing and formatting. This combination saved me hours every week and helped my clips perform better because the AI finds what people actually rewatch. So keep some natural room tone in your audio so it doesn't sound totally sterile and fake. Always fix the loud background hums first, but don't obsess over every tiny little sound. Let Vizard handle the clip selection, but make sure you eyeball the captions and the thumbnail hook yourself. If you run your clip through a cleaner and then into Vizard, you can generate a whole month of content in one sitting. You don't need a billion-dollar studio to win online, you just need a repeatable system that works. Clean your audio enough to be pleasant, then use tools to multiply your consistency, because that beats one perfect video every time. If you want to try these tools, check out the free trials for the audio plugins and dive into Vizard if you want to save your sanity. I'm off to convince my spouse that we should only have 2 kids, or maybe 3 if we outsource the rest to my grandparents. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments about your most chaotic recording situations.